Okay, we alive. Miss need to go this way. Why am I talking like this? I do not know. That gets on land. Join me in Iron Nest. The Iron Nest. And whoop. Alright. Picking up where we left off yesterday, which was... Still haven't done that one. You know, I wonder if I was supposed to do that one when there were, and there'd be like more of them. To be honest, the storyline has been more interesting than anything. Iron Road, that was the one... The Gorge, there we go. That was one where I had to manually aim everything. Skirmish challenge. 3 inmate columns converge on the riverbank crossing. Counter battery fire commences with first shot. High command requires maximum kills before a position is silenced. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that one up. Oh, that's what's got. Okay. Also, let's move. Is the Discord over here? Alright. Okay, this is a replayable mission with mode with high score. There's no way to beat the mission. The goal of the mission is to get as many kills before you eventually destroyed by counter battery fire. Oh. Well, that doesn't sound fun. Maybe I will go and just do the next story. We'll just go do the next story mission instead. Okay. Cluster shell. Got that for just... okay. Alright, we're gonna do the main story quest. So, Sevilla is the last city holding out against Castile in the south, and allied forces are moving to take it. Let's see. Iron Nest stands ready to support every call for fire the advance requires. Okay, so we're basically going to be... I also think I need to turn the sound of the game down a little bit. Just a tad. Just a little bit. There we go. Alright. Hey, Mio! Alright, let's go ahead and do that. So call this forward. Hey, kitty cat, you ready to start shooting things? Alright, so Sevilla, the Andalusian capital, and the last position still held against us in the south. Iron Nest is cleared to support the final assault directly. Our infantry hold at the walls, waiting your signal to commence the assault. Be prepared. Once signal, our frontline elements will call for offensive and defensive fire support missions. Assault only succeeds only if you answer these calls quickly and correctly. Signal the assault. The war horn will be to begin the assault. Some enemy positions are inside buildings and invisible to aerial reconnaissance. Iron Nest Q702. Well, let's put that down. Okay, caution. Lethal shells landing near our allies will cause unnecessary casualty. Use smoke shells to reposition allies at risk. Ally units will move to the point of impact of a smoke shell. Will move to the point of impact of a smoke shell. Okay, so I use smoke shells to get my allies to move around. So I might want to get some smoke shells loaded, as well as some HE shells and maybe some AP shells. But also, let's check and see how much powder I've got. I've got 19 bags. We're gonna go ahead and automatically just get some more of that. Boy, that really is loud. Maybe I just need to turn down the actual volume. Alright, let's try that again. It's still loud. Okay, let's turn this down a bit more. Alright, let's go ahead and get some HE shells loaded. Probably should get some star shells as well. Okay. Scout plane might be useful. Wait, didn't I do this already? Wait, did I just load incendiary shells? What the heck? Where did you come from? Did I just loaded. I grabbed the wrong one and loaded incendiary shells. I thought I'd put this in. That's alright. So we got plenty of powder charges. Okay, let's get another HE shell, and this time we're gonna load it into the left. How did I load into this magazine? Okay, just yeah. Okay, so I did put an HE shell in here, so we've got that. We also want to get some smoke shells. So let's get at least 2 smoke shells and make sure I grab the right one this time. Smoke shell. And smoke shell. Did also find these cluster munitions. Effective against infantry and what's this one? Oh, that's the white phosphorus one. And we are gonna need some possible tear gas shells as well, because there are apparently some hidden locations. Yeah, I could do some forward observations. So actually what we should probably do is do a aerial reconnaissance starting here and just like all along here. So let's draw a line here. See what kind of line of bearing we want. So something like this. Not only will this give us the enemy positions along this area, it'll also give friendly positions so we can see where they're located at. Also, let's go ahead and put in our location, which is Q7. Q702. Alright, so that's our location. So we want to do N3 with a line of bearing at 310.04. So 31004. Okay, there we go. And that was from N3. Okay, so we have an enemy position there, we've got an enemy position there. This actually did not give nearly as much as I would have liked. We also have an enemy position very close to this one. So if we're going to want to shoot that one, first off we need an AP shell for it. Secondly, we need it to put a smoke shell like over here so that they'll not be sitting right on top of it. Didn't give me as many enemy positions as I would have liked. Alright, so I guess I don't really want to run another one though. Although if I was, I would probably run it like here. Well, let's go ahead and start the fight. Okay, commencing ground assault. Okay, what do we got here? Requesting smoke shell at our position. Okay, so requesting smoke shell. Take a look. Give me a red. I-8 before 1016. Okay, we'll be able to do that easily enough. I-8 at 9. I-H-9-O. Okay. That's easy enough to do, so 714. Okay, one smoke shell, bearing 2764. Let's go ahead and start this going immediately. Yeah, we got that. Probably should have looked at that before, but oh well. 2764. Okay, perfect. And target. Okay. 2 shells. Power charges. Home. Here out home, we went to Little Valley today. Nobody was there anymore. There was bread still on one of the tables. I don't know why someone would leave for him. I tried to find you like always. I couldn't. I hope you'll be back soon. Yes, I drew this for you. This guy's got a little bit of an issue. Okay, 276. We're actually still going. Let's go ahead and set you to 42. Oh, too far, too far. 6.4. Okay, that's done. Smoke shell, bearing confirmed. Elevation 42.84. 42.84 elevation. Gun armed. Fire. Okay. Yep, excuse me, kitty cat. Alright, have we gotten anything else? Nope, okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, smoke shell. Impact properly. Okay, infantry destroyed. Appreciated, Iron Nest. Enemy infantry. Okay. Infantry taking fire from infantry 9, requesting smoke. This is infantry 1, your smoke shield did more than cover us. And mission complete. Mechanized infantry and infantry. Okay. Tier shell first. Fire first and then HE shell answered by 1020. Okay, so make sure to do that. Let's also get you off here. Requesting tier shell. Okay. Tier shell at bearing 270, distance 0.79 from our position at L4. Okay, so L4, 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 L4. Okay, probably you guys. 7.6, 270, 270. At a distance of 0.79. Probably should be doing this with the yellow. It's hard to do. That should be close enough. Alright, then let's go ahead and get rid of you. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up an HE shell on this side, and tear gas on this side. We do have a tear gas shell. Alright. These are both going to be going out to 573. 73. Okay, one there at a 242. 242.9. Okay. Okay, and we're firing both of them. So let's go ahead and load that. Load that. And at home. And at home. Start turning. Okay, so tier shell will be first. Okay, 34. We're also going to link you guys to 34. So that's close enough. Bearing confirmed to 242.9. Elevation is not quite there yet. 34.38. 34.38. Gun armed. Firing the first shot. And this has to be done before 10:16, right? 10:20. Oh, we can still got plenty of time. Alright. So they're requesting the tier shell first. Okay, and then explosive shell. And that's still close enough. Assuming they didn't move because of the tear gas. Nope, they did not. Alright. Strong point silenced. Enemy infantry pushing through. We won't forget this. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get rid of you, and you, and you. This is Infantry 12. Your fire cleared the way. We've completed our mission. Enemy Infantry 6 on 11 destroyed. Alright, very good. Let's go ahead and clear some things off the board here, starting with you and you. Okay, requesting smoke shell. Our position, easily done. Spotter. Okay, so we're gonna need another smoke shell. We've got one loaded on this side, so we'll go ahead and use this side. And let's go ahead and put that on the board here. So G10, G10, G10. It's probably you guys. 03. Yep, exactly them. Okay, so 10 kilometers. Probably going to need 3 shell or 3 powder bags. Yep. 1046. 1046. There we go. Okay, 287. 287.2. Well, that's exactly right. Alright, then let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and start turning you. 287.2. Too far. Okay, 287.2. Okay, fire mission. Smoke shell. Bearing 287.2. Elevation will be set to 41. .84. Okay, elevation 41.84. Gun is armed. 287.2. Fire. Alright, we know this is going to hit where I'm telling it to go. We should probably load up some more smoke shells. Scouting plane, smoke shells. Okay. Enemy destroyed, mission, enemies. Spire 2, smoke shell did more than cover us. Okay, and we can also get rid of you and you. Oh, we can also take this out now if we want to, but we'll wait on that. We should also get some HE shells loaded. Yep, I hear you. Let's go ahead and load it. I think we still have the one on the left. Alright, so what do we got here? Pinned at strong point. Infantry Chen requesting tier shell first, then HE shell at bearing 287 from our position of K6. Okay, answer by 1028. Alright, so first off, where are you at? And give me yellow. K6. Okay, there we are. K6, so probably you guys, yep. And from you, 288 at a distance of 115, so probably these guys right here. No, they said 288, but at a distance of 116. Probably is you guys anyway. Tier and then HE, so let's go ahead and line up. And we'll just plop it right down there. Okay, do I have any more tier shells? We have incendiary, but we don't have a tier shell. Let's go ahead and load up a tier shell. Left magazine. Right magazine needs to be an HE shell. And a tier shell. Okay, and this is going to be a distance of 7.17. Probably probably means it's going to be 2 bags each. Yep. Let's go ahead and do that now. Come on. Okay, and it's going to be to a 263.4, okay. Right, and then turn towards 263. Go ahead and link you to. I'm going to set you at. We'll actually leave you where you're at. 263.4. First gun will be armed. 43.02. 43.02. Okay, fire mission, shell type of tier, bearing confirmed 263.4, elevation of 43.02, gun armed, fire. The only thing I don't know is if they want, or if they're okay with us shooting before the first one lands. But since I've got the time, I have to do this before, what, 10:28? Got plenty of time to be able to launch the next shell after this one is impacted. Let's go ahead and clear you guys. Okay. Go ahead and fire second shell. I think we caught our own guys within the tear gas a little bit there, though. But I think we're okay with it. Okay. Smoke shell. Okay, enemy infantry destroyed. It's infantry 10, your fire cleared the way. We've completed our mission. Enemies infantry 8 and 9 destroyed. Alright, what do we got over here? We still got just the 2 incendiary shells, although we do have a smoke shell there if need be. So, what's the next mission? Okay, position. Requesting HE shell bearing this. And before 1032. Alright, let's also go ahead and remove this one. That, and that. Get rid of you. Alright, so give me a yellow and from requesting HE shell from our position at K5. K5, 10, and 6-4. Which one is it? It's this guy. Okay, and they want a distance of 164. Wait, 164. Bearing of 164. Down. Oh, probably you guys. Distance of 155. Yeah, definitely you guys. Yep. Alright. We'll just aim at you guys, so give me that. Also, let's get rid of that. And all they're requested is an HE shell, so we're actually going to need to load that up. We'll load it up on this side, so give me an HE shell on this. Okay, and let's go ahead and load you up. And the distance is 5.59, so we're going to need just 2 bags. So 5595. 2 bags, yep. So, 2. Give me a 236. 233. 236. Wait. Okay. elevation of 35. Let's also start moving turret towards 236. Okay, and 35. Drop that there. Okay, and 236.7. 236.7. Yep, a little too far, but good enough. 35.70. Alright. So, shell type of HE, bearing confirmed. 236.7. Elevation 3570. Gun armed. Gun armed. Okay, let's go ahead and clear you. Clear you. While that's flying through the air, I'm going to go ahead and load up another HE shell to that side just in case. Do we have any HE shells on this one? Not. But we'll wait on that to see what we get first. Alright, target destroyed. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and clear. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, enemy infantry destroyed. Mission successful. Okay, is that it? City falls, Andalusian is ours, our front closes. The south and the strait beyond are secured. Primary objective, you may stand down. Optional, street-to-street fighting. Continues below. Remaining enemy elements no longer required target. Continued fire support is authorized at operator discretion. Well, like I said, we could aim at this guy. And actually, we could also aim at that guy. I think we're going to do that. So we need AP shells for both of these. So we'll start with you. And that will be on the left gun, and then on the right gun will be this one. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to need AP shells for everyone. So let's go ahead and grab the AP shells. There you are. So one on the left magazine, one on the right magazine. Okay, let's... There you go, AP shells. Okay, so first shot is going to be at 11.25, which is probably going to be 3 bags of powder. Yep. And 2H4. .4. Alright. That's left gun. Right gun is going to be 9.72, which is only 2 bags. And that's going to be in the other way. 74.3. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. 2. Start you moving. Other way. Alright, and you are going up to 45, and you are going out to 58. Alright, so shell type AP, load gun, bearing 284.4 confirmed, elevation is working on it. 45 degrees exactly. Okay, elevation confirmed, gun armed, firing. You are going up to 58.32. Okay, and we're going back to 274. Go, 274.3. Okay, and shell type confirmed, AP, bearing 274.3, elevation 5832, gun armed. Fire. Alright, first target was destroyed. Excellent. Second target. And then what I might do for these guys, since I got these incendiary shells that I accidentally bought, medium radius. What's the radius on the HE? Medium blast. Okay, yeah, target destroyed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of these, that. Alright, fire mission. Incendiary shells. Medium blast should be HE here, which should cover all three if I get it right there. Hopefully it doesn't spread to the nearby forces. So let's go ahead and 9.97 away. 9.97, 273.3. Okay, 2 bags of powder. Give me that. Let's go ahead and move on. Powder. And this just needs to be moved slightly. 273. This was at 45, but it needs to go all the way up to 59, so it will have to adjust that once this thing's locked in. There. Okay, so fire mission confirmed. Incendiary shell 273.3 with an elevation of 59.82. Gun armed 59.82. 59.82. Elevation confirmed. Gun armed. Incendiary shell on its way to a bunch of very unhappy infantry. The other thing I might do is a reconnaissance here. There's actually 4 of them. Hey, solid kills on all 4. Okay, we do also have down here. So what I'm thinking, we're gonna go ahead and do M1. We're gonna do a flyover, but we're gonna do it this direction. So that's a bearing of, do 298, and this should give us good tracking along all there. So, and what's the number? M1. Okay. So, give me a flyover of M1. I forgot, it's 298. There we go. And 298. Let's see what we got here. So, ooh, quite a lot. All right. So, things we can use. We can use the other incendiary shell right here. We'll have to use an AP here, and this can probably be a just regular HE shell. Find out here. Yeah, we can use an HE shell there. We can use the incendiary here. And then, like I said, we'll need an AP shell for you. So, let's go ahead and mark you as one target. Go ahead and load up the HE shell. Although, do I have an HE shell loaded in the other one? That's a good question. Do I have an HE shell here? I've got a tear gas, and I've got a smoke shell. So we will have to load up, or I'll have to load up an HE shell from this. I'll probably just use this gun for both. So let's go ahead and put it right there. Yeah, that should be perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and load up the first one. Is going to be at 6.46. Let's also get the shell loaded. There we go. 6.46. 2 shells, 212, either way. Alright, and then let's go ahead and load in the 2 powder charges and start moving you towards 212. Home. And then the other one is going to be 6.06, 6.6, and 217. Too far. Come back up. No! Come back up. Go even. You were going way too high. Alright. So, you, Senior Shield, Baron is 212, correct? Elevation confirmed, not yet technically. 38.76776. Elevation confirmed, gun armed. 38.76. Okay, in the meantime, this is going to... we have to wait for that to come back, but we can at least get the HE shell loaded up. Alright, let's see if we get all 3 of this. Splash! Perfect. Alright. Go ahead and load the HE shell. So there's the sludge. Okay. Get this moved over towards 217. Okay, and 2 bags. .04, mission confirmed, shell type confirmed, bearing 217.4 confirmed, elevation working on it. Okay, 39, it's actually going to be pretty close, I'm just going to let it go back with. So 39.60. There we go. Elevation 39.60 confirmed. Gun armed. Wow. Okay, do we have any AP shells loaded up in here? We got a smoke shell. We got an HE shell. Alright, so we'll need an AP shell for the last target over here. The other HE shell I can use will be fine there. You're a smoke shell. You're a tear shell. Did I get both of them? Hey, both of them struck. And we haven't killed any of our friendlies either. Alright, so these 2 targets, I'm thinking we're just going to do the AP shell there. And then we'll just do these guys separately. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of you, and you, and you. These guys aren't even going to be... Well, if I hit them with LE shells, it's still not going to be worth it. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. So, we need an AP shell. Let's see here. Alright, so 690. And 255. Five one five 2155. Alright, 41. Okay, so let's go ahead. Fire mission shell confirmed. AP bearing 2155. Elevation. Scooch it up a little bit. See if we can get close to the 41.40. Nope. 41.40. Elevation confirmed. 41.40. Gun armed. Fire mission. This should give us, what is it, like 50 points or so? So basically the only thing I kind of went overboard on was I'm going to use an HE shell with the guy simply because I have no point in holding on to it. Alright, target confirmed. As destroyed. Excellent. So, last 2 targets. there. And there. And I think we're going to use the HE shell on you. And the we'll use an LE shell on you. Although if I really wanted to try and headshot it, I could drop a drill shell. But we'll go with the LE shell. Alright, so LE shell in this one. So the LE shell I'm going to want to pop on you. So the 914 is the LE shell. So let's go ahead and do that. 914. LE shell. At 274.8. Okay, and that's going to be in the right gun. Really? Only 2? Huh, okay. And then the second one is going to be out to 10.88. No, keep going. Too far. There we go. And there. And 280.3. You are an HE shell. You are in left gun. Alright, so we need 3 bags in you. 2 bags in you. Home. Home. Start turning. And I think we'll do the right gun first, since we'll come across that sooner than the other. Elevation is going to be 54. We'll set you back there. You can go up a little bit more. So 43.52. And 54. Down a little bit. 54.84. Okay. Alright, so this is gun firing first, so shell type of E, bearing 274.8, elevation 54.84, gun armed, fire. Okay, and then I need to go over to 280.3. Alright. Shell type of HE, bearing confirmed of 280.3, elevation confirmed of 43.52, gun armed. Didn't arm the gun. Alright, first shell impacting now. Second shell impacting in 15 seconds. I also love that the icon on this thing rotates in the correct orientation. That's pretty fun. And final shell. Target kill confirmed, and as far as I know, that is pretty much every single target on the board. And I only had left with 2 smoke shells and a tear gas shell. Not bad. Did I end up making more money than I lost? I think I pretty much kind of broke even. I think I was at 1083, so only 9 short of what I was before. Alright, glory to Castile. It's time for Iron Nest to go to bed. Oh, yeah, we did get this one too. Were we doing that without the master power on? I don't know. Do not know. Alright, let's go to bed. War. Germany marches west. The German Empire has invaded France on 2 grounds. That France was mobilizing, a fact Kaiser Wilhelm considers self-evident, since a nation not mobilizing would presumably say so, and that the Alsace-Lorraine remains by his own calendar overdue for return. Officials further note that France, being fully occupied with Britain at the time, was in no position to mobilize against Germany at all. A detail the Kaiser insists is entirely beside the point. General calls this a mark of truly modern military, one capable of citing 2 reasons for war and requiring neither to be true. Okay. Sevilla welcomes the crown. The first Sea Lord has ordered the Grand Fleet to war stations along the Channel. A command Parliament has neither approved nor, as of this printing, managed to reverse. Oh, we read that in the last one. France has responded by recalling ships, men, and materials from abroad to defend its own coastline. And Entente at odds. France, invaded and entirely alone, has received no formal support from Britain, its ally of record for over 2 decades, and, as of this printing, in name, its ally in name only. The first Sea Lord, still refusing every order to stand down the Grand Fleet, has left Parliament with no ships to send, no vote to hold, and increasingly no idea what to do with itself. The German Empire, for its past, has expressed great sympathy for France's predicament, sympathy Berlin has taken care not to let interfere with the invasion itself. So in other words, we engineered a rivalry between France and Britain, or basically a false flag attack between, so that they're at each other's necks, and then we invaded France. Pretty much. Alright. Oh, yep, and so we got conduct fire operations with minimal allied casualties, which we had 0 allied casualties. Eliminated all enemy units in the operational sector. Achieved a high kill per shot ratio across a minimum of 10 enemy kills. I guess that's probably those, we got 1 shot that killed 4 of them, we got 1 shot that killed 3 of them, and then another shot that killed 2 of them. What is this thing? Parachute delayed cluster shell. 6 HE bomblets. Interesting. Okay, achieve, and then we also destroyed a significant number of targets without requisitioning any aerial reconnaissances. Except we did that twice. I mean, we did that as the very first action, was to get a aerial reconnaissance. So, not entirely sure what they're talking about. Also, I'm not sure why my accuracy was only 93.75. As far as I know, every single shell went exactly where I was supposed to put it. Confusing. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some water, and I will be right back. You guys can listen to the very jaunty music. Okay, I'm back. So I guess we can consider this basically... I mean, this is being... the time frame is 1928, so it's actually the interwar period between World War I and World War II. So, I guess, and obviously this is alternate reality timeline, so I guess you could consider this as basically combining World War I and World War II. Since I'm pretty sure I don't recall there ever being a point in which the British and the French were at odds with each other. I mean, other than just normally being at odds with each other. During that time period. But I could be wrong. I don't know much about the interwar period and what the political relations were like. Let's see here. Huh. No. Definitely take this with a grain of salt because it is Google AI. But it does say, political relations between Britain and France leading up to World War II were defined as a close alliance rooted in mutual defense, but strained by deep military hesitation, different foreign policy goals, and joint compliance with a policy of appeasement towards Germany. So they were trying to appease the Germans leading up to World War II. But neither side wanted, and they were, I'm guessing they had an alliance on paper, but neither side particularly wanted to commit troops to either one. Especially concerned this was, only 2 decades after World War I. 1 years. More like a decade and a half leading up to from World War I. So a lot of countries were still majorly fatigued from World War I and weren't really wanting to commit troops to some other nation, essentially. So, all in all, which is probably what led them so easily to being attacked by Germany at the start of, and basically allowed the Germans to essentially take over France in record time. Okay, we're opening a second front. That's never a good idea. Interesting. The other interesting thing is this map. Isn't this Spain? Yeah. This is a map of Spain. And this right here is Portugal. So, this is definitely not Germany, and this is definitely not France. At least in the real world. Alright, so we're going to be doing coastal defense. Can I click on you? There we go. Just had to zoom in a little. But, as I said, this is obviously alternate reality timeline. And of course, leading up into World War II, France or Germany didn't have a king either, so. Ground Patrol reports horizon crowded with hulls. They're believed to be routine fleet movement is, as of first light, confirmed to be a naval landing force. Your objective is to prevent enemy landing forces from reaching your defensive line until reinforcements arrive at 7:14. The defensive line is vastly outnumbered. It will hold until against a few. It will not hold against all of them. Survive until relief arrives at 7:14. Be prepared. First contact is at 6:59. Okay, so we need to start getting going immediately. Target priority is yours to set. All right. So first off, how much gunpowder do we have? 26 shots. Let's go ahead and grab some new and actually make sure we get the powder. Okay, and then give me some HE shells, one in each gun. Okay, and then let's also get some AP shells ready. Let's get a scout plane started. Let's take a look at our defensive line. Alright, so basically we want to probably do R5 at 270. R5 270, R5 270. One more. R5. Let's also get our location set up here. L1 at 8.7. Okay. That didn't reveal jack squat. Alright. Let's see. So we got the shells loaded. Okay, the first enemies have arrived. Guys bringing in the first wave, then their advance before reaches relief is en route. You must hold for 15 minutes. Okay. Stream crossing, H10 at 6:59:40. Streaming course at a course of 180 at 19.4 knots. Arriving in 10 seconds. Okay, well obviously I can't do it within 10 seconds, but let's go ahead and do this one. Cat, please move. Okay, so H10, H10. Oh, they're giving us free. Okay, so H1099 and storm at course of 180. And it's going to be at 1 kilometer in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, so give me a bearing. Technically, we don't need that. let's just ignore the thing. So we need 3, 3, 4. Take too long to actually even aim that. Okay, let's take a look at the second one. 5-1, there's that. Alright, shoot. I may have screwed this up already. Fire anyway. Just clear the gun. It's probably gonna miss, but yeah, that completely whiffed. Jeez Louise. Okay. The other one, T10. You move. P1049. Okay, 34. We're just gonna be completely behind. I should have started with the longest one in the first place. Okay, and yeah, I should have done it for the second one as well. Yep, off. even know. Is there a way to just restart? We're just gonna restart because obviously failing miserably. Alright. Okay, interesting. We're at different locations. Alright, so E6. E1, what am I talking about? E156. E156. Okay, let's get HE shells and gunpowder charges. Okay, and then let's go ahead and actually ram. As far as I know, we don't need anything more than HE. Let's go ahead and start getting you sent out to about 5 kilometers. Should be fine. Let's also start getting our gun. Looks like our gun's actually kind of pointing in the direction we need it. So set you it like that. Set you to HE. Do powders. How much gunpowder do we get? 46 shots, good. If I was to go, say, or here, 12 kilometers. Okay, that could possibly need 3 bags, so we'll hold off on putting bags in. Well, we can always put in 2. That's the bare minimum, basically. Although, if I was to fire, say, right there, 4.36. I could do 1. I could do 2, though. Alright. NASIP landing craft on course for prepare for landing beach. 710. Okay, landing craft spotted. F10 crossing at 6:59. So he's already there. Steaming course 180 at 19.4 knots. We will do this one. So 5 minutes from 6:59 at 40 seconds. So 7:04. So give me F10. F10. F10, F10, F10. F10 7.9, there we go. And he will be 3 kilometers out in 5 minutes. So that is where I need to shoot. At 7:04. Alright, so give me 4.36. Still do 2 bags. HE at 359. That's annoying. Okay. Let's go ahead and get you loaded. Get this thing turned around. Okay, and we want you at 26 degrees. 859, 26 degrees. We're going to start bringing that up. Have we gotten anything new? Answer is no. 704 and... So 704 and 40 seconds, but our shell, let's say first off, let's go ahead and get you at 26. 26, 26, 26, 0.16. Okay, 26.16. So we are ready to fire. But we need to fire at 704 and... Alright, so we can start working on the second one while we're waiting. Okay, so you and you are what I need next. Let's go ahead and move you out of the way. So H10, 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 H10. Where's H10? There's H10 at 19. And he will be at 3 kilometers as well. Okay, 703, we're almost there. You can stop hissing at me. Let's go ahead and start calculating. Okay, so, and then, oh, we need bearing. And alright, next shot going to be at 22. .5. Please tell me that was a hit. What the? What? Where did the... Oh my god. Okay. So, 6.83. Okay, that. I'm not sure where that other line of bearing came from. That was the test shot I was looking at. Okay, 22.5. Elevation 40. Okay, and then this one 703 in 5 minutes, so it's 708. 708 is when we need to fire that one. We can also just do this. this is going to be, let's make sure we're actually lined up. 36.97, we need 40.98. Alright. Shield type of HE. Armed. Bearing confirmed to 22.5. Elevation of 48.9. Gun is armed. Ready to fire. We need to fire at... basically very shortly here. In the meantime, B10. B10, 99. Okay, and hopefully this one will actually hit where I'm aiming at. Okay, and it will be 3 kilometers out. Hey, we actually hit something. Alright. So let's go ahead and get rid of these. E1019, alright. So let's get the review. So B1019, and going to be at 3 kilometers. I can read it, thank you. B1019. Okay. And we need to get HE shells loaded into everything. Alright, so 682. So this is going to be 37.6. Okay, and it's going to be 2 shells for both of these, so I might get those loaded up. Stop banging around. And 31.6. Alright, and the other thing we need to calculate is time. So 704 plus 5 is 709, which we're already past. Great. Which means that's just completely wrong now. The other one is 708. You can stop now. $331. 6. Okay, and we'll set you, so this one is just completely off now. So we'll set you to 42. $708. Okay, and then 313. So 708 plus 5, that's what, 13? See, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so at 13, so we need to fire at 7:12 and probably 43 seconds or 38 seconds. H10 39. Shit. Hopefully that'll still hit. Actually hit. Get off that. Well, that actually hit at least. .8 distance 66.88. Assuming I can make it there in time. And elevation, we're going to be setting this one to 41. Close enough. The real thing is getting this over there fast enough. Because we have 713, 11, 716. So 23.8. 3.8, and then elevation of 41.28. Okay, that, elevation, arm. Now we just have to wait until 7:11, 7:16 and 20 seconds. So 7. And this show's going to take 30 seconds, so we need to wait until 7:15 and 50 seconds. Okay, well, we're going to still be shooting at the 1. $7:15 and 50 seconds. Okay, so we've got, we'll say 25 seconds to fly. Oh no, we need actually more like 55. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of you and you. Yeah, one of the cargo ships made it to shore. Oh, this one ended up getting destroyed somehow. And that one ended up getting destroyed too. Hey, there we go. Target successfully destroyed. Alright, let's go ahead and clear all of these out. Okay, so now we need to start popping enemy. So let's go ahead and let's load up some star shells. Let's get some fireworks going. Okay, that's good. So let's go ahead and we're going to load up a star shell to fire over here. And load up a star shell to fire over here. So let's go ahead and reload it. Curious as to what I would need for 33.3 kilometers way down. Let's say 350. Close enough. Wants an elevation of 21. So we're gonna link you guys up and put you at 21.06. Okay, and then this shell up. Okay, and then the other one we want to aim in the direction of 317. Kitty. Okay, so is like everybody dead already? Okay, everybody's dead. Oh, except for you. But I feel like you're gonna die soon if you're that close to. Well, we kept it down to only allowing, what, 3 ships to actually land? And we destroyed 3 ships, basically. And enemy Marines number 9 was destroyed, so I'm assuming that's this guy right here. No, you're number 6. I think we're gonna go ahead and just stand down. That was a stressful one. I did not like that one, but then again, I'm not particularly fond of time crunches. Alright. Phantom Fleet meets Fortress. A fleet bearing no flag, no markings, and no insignia of any kind appeared off Castile's coast at dawn and attempted to landing in force. By dusk, the Phantom Fleet had been returned to the sea in considerable worse condition than it arrived, a feat the Ministry credits entirely to the Iron Nest, which held the line unaided and, by all official accounts, unbothered. Well, I wouldn't say unbothered. The Ministry describes the size of the invading force as substantial, Official words insist it could not be mistaken for alarm. Royal train arrives backwards. Let's see. The wall behind the wall. Defensive line held against the first light of dawn until relief arrived. Span the men who stood had taken to calling, with some understatement, a long morning. Reinforcements arrived at midday, reported finding the line intact and beach cleared, and defenders in what witness described as remarkably good spirits, all things considered. Ministry notes that a wall is only tested by what tries to come through it, and considers the wall on this occasion thoroughly vindicated. And we got we got the APHE shells. So medium burst with armor penetration. And sustained kills. I mean, we only shot 4 times and got 3 kills. Mainly because my first shot was at the wrong target. Enemy kills 3, requisition spent, yada yada yada. Okay, well, I can't believe I got all the medals though. 3 targets in rapid succession. I wouldn't call that rapid succession, since there was 5 minutes between each. Well, not necessarily. Alright. Next, mission. Blind fire. Anti-aircraft batteries over the Turia deny all reconnaissance, holding the advance at Valencia at a standstill. Alright, so we get to do some more mapping. Much prefer that over having a time crunch. Alright, ground forces have entered the outskirts of Valencia. The advance has halted at the Turia River. Anti-aircraft batteries there deny reconnaissance aircraft the sky over the far bank. The advance cannot continue without active reconnaissance. Clear the enemy anti-aircraft batteries. Be prepared. No reconnaissance imagery, including shell impacts, will be available while anti-aircraft batteries remain. Forward observers can be requisitioned for additional intel. Okay, so let's go ahead and start getting our observers on the map. Oh, this is a long one. We have a reference point, so we will go ahead and get that on there. We have 2 reference points. We're actually going to go ahead and put all of these on the map first, then we'll come back and get all of this set up. So, first off, our locations. C271. C271. Spur spotter. G2. G9, not G2. What am I talking about? Stop that. G9. G960. You're not an observer. You're a reference point. G960. Okay, next observer. F488. 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 Okay, and last one is Q2, which is all the way over here. Q2 57. Okay, now for our reference points. So from spotter 1, bearing of 113, which is this direction. 113. Okay, and then distance of 6.23 kilometers from the EU. 6.23. Okay, well obviously that's this reference point. So reference point alpha is over hill. Okay, and reference point Bravo, let's go ahead and clear you off and clear you off, is 297 from AA battery 1. Oh, we need to figure out where AA battery 1 is at first. Alright. Oh, hey, we have another note. I had a nightmare last night. I heard your footsteps, but they didn't bring me comfort. They sounded wrong. There were too many of them. I woke up covered in sweat. I hope you're all right. As far as I know, yeah, we're all right. Also, let's go ahead and put some music on. Alright, so alpha battery, or AA battery 1, is going to be at 106 degrees. To 106 degrees. Bearing 113 from spotter 3. 106 or 016. 016. Alright, so we have AA battery 1. What there? Okay, but reference point 2 is now 279 from AA battery 1 and 679 or 689 meters from spotter 2. 689. Correct, 689. Okay. Well, considering this is actually off the map here, I'm going to assume that this is reference point B. Okay, so next things we're going to do is go and get rid of all of this so that we can start, we have maps for everything. Alright, so AA battery 1 we've already got marked, so AA battery 2, AA battery 3, and AA battery 4. Alright. This last one is okay. So AA battery 2 is from alpha point alpha 287 from alpha. This 2 is this direction. And 2.5. 248 kilometers from spotter 1. 248. Okay, so that is AA battery 2. Alright. AA battery 3 is 332 Point Bravo. 332. Bravo. And 316 from spotter 3. 316. So it's this general location. Alright, and then from AA Battery 2, we need to go 125. 125. And from AA Battery 3, we need to go out 254. Which does mean, yeah, we have two separate locations for AA Battery 4. So we are going to perform a reconnaissance at M4. Position report? No. Forward observer. I did say M4, right? Yes, M4. Okay, an enemy infantry. That does not help me. 316. We'll figure that out though. From here, let's do it. Enemy infantry from M430. 316. That is not what I wanted. Doesn't help me much. Okay, so let's do M5. There we go. Get rid of you. Okay. So M5. So AA Battery 4 is 0.07 from M587. M587 and M587 is 0.7. So obviously it's over here is where the right around here. So 4. So we'll mark it as there. Okay, get rid of you, get rid of you. Alright, so at this stage we can pretty much start firing. The question becomes is which shells? These things aren't like armored or anything, are they? And the only way to figure that out is to shoot at them. Alright, so first targets. One and 4. Okay, let's go ahead and load up our HE shells. too far. 15.87. 3 powder charges. 77. Oh, too far. 77. 77.9. Okay, and then the next one is closer at 10.09. And an angle of 71.9. Alright, so 3 powder bags. Start turning. 77.9. Which I suppose we can do 71.9. 71.9. Alright, and then we need 40 and 59. Alright, so HE shell, bearing of 7.1. This gun, elevation confirmation, gun arm elevation is not confirmed. 40.36. Alright, now elevation is confirmed. Fire. Alright, and then you are going up to 59.48. And we need to get over to 77.9, and I want to make sure the first one impacts before I fire the second one. Let's see what this says. Does it tell me that AA battery number 4? It doesn't tell me that it's been destroyed though, but as far as I'm aware, AA are not underground, because they kind of can't be. So we're going to assume that means destroyed. So, second one. HE shell, bearing of 77.9, elevation of 59.48, and armed. Fire. Alright, let's go ahead and start doing this. Guest part, really? I love you, Cat, but did you get off the board today? Let's go ahead and start marking down targets of the others. Impact directly on it. Oh, you know what? These things are giving us kill markers. Ah, yes. Okay. That, well... That one shows us destroyed. Priority AA target destroyed. So the other one did not list as being destroyed. Why is this? We're gonna try shooting at the other two. Wait. Ah, there we go. We were actually off. That's why. Okay. So we can go ahead and get rid of you. So we will do those after we have destroyed these ones. So let's go ahead and grab that data. So 315 at 31 meters. Or, yeah. So from this point of impact, 30.31 at a 315. Where is the 315? Should have used a bigger explosive. There we go. So it's actually over here is the problem. Alright, that makes sense. So, give me... that. Alright, and then... So 994 and 70.4. Two bags needed for that. We need another HE shell. Okay, 70.4. Bearing confirmed at 70.4. Foundation is working on it. Done. 59.64. The last one was like 59.98, so. Okay, 59.64. Gun armed. Fire. Alright, now let's go ahead and clear you off. Okay, and then let's go ahead and clear you out. And let's go ahead and start marking these two targets. I'm wondering if I don't want to just run with the high explosive. Alright. AA kill confirmed. Okay, so instead of running HG, we're going to run HCHE. So, after all, we do get more requisition than we spend even with the explosives. So, let's go ahead and run those home. Alright, so first one, 10.58. 3 bags. 58.1. Okay, and then 8.26. 2 bags. 47.0. Left shell. Alright, then 1, 2, 3. 2. Elevation is 42 down here. Elevation for this one is 50. Alright, give me, let's go confirm the first gun. Shell type, bearing confirmed, 58.1. Elevation of 42.32. 42.32. Confirm. Gun armed. Fire. Second one. 49.56. 49.56. Turning you towards 47. 47 degrees exactly. 47 is dust. Alright, so, gun confirmed, shell firing, bearing, 47 degrees, elevation, 49.6, gun armed, kablooey! And first target dead. That would probably be why this one was off slightly in this direction, because we didn't have the best of... But this is why we use the bigger boomers. Misa no have a boomer. Misa have the biggest boomer. And that one was directly on, so hey. Alright, that is all of the AA destroyed. Primary objective complete. Whoa, 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 whoa. Friendly ally destroyed. Ceasefire. What? I haven't started firing. That was not me. That was not me. Discrepancy in sector fire reported attributed equipment faults. Matter is closed. That was not me shooting. Impact G. Are we going to be listed as the traitor? And we're going to have to run away from... Interesting. Interesting. We are being framed. Framed, I tell you. I'm curious now as to what the headlines are going to say. And, that would make sense here. Too many feet. There's another iron nest on the field. Mwahaha. The NT Reforged. Paris, September 17th, 1928. The Premier of France has issued a formal apology to Britain for the loss of the HMS Rockingham, along with a list of concessions so extensive that the First Sea Lord has, for the first time in months, found nothing left to demand. The NT, once fractured over a single cruiser, now stands united against a considerably larger problem. The war over Alsace-Lorraine has now become a war over Europe. Cowards hide behind their guns. The anti-monarchists chose, in their final defense of Valencia, to shelter behind a wall of anti-aircraft batteries, a decision the ministry regards with open contempt. To fire at the sky rather than face the crown directly, one officer remarked, is not defense, it is hiding, dressed up in artillery. The ministry notes this marks the third consecutive engagement in which the anti-monarchists have declined to fight fairly, and the third in which it has not mattered in the slightest. Valencia falls to flawless precision. Valencias has fallen, 4 fortified locations destroyed, using nothing but infantry reconnaissance. Give this operator a common washer, held up by a spotter, the general boasted, and he will put a shell through the hole. First Spotter's Division has formally requested that should this demonstration take place, the 3rd Spotter Division will be the one holding it. Interesting. So, I didn't eliminate all the units in the sector. I decided to go ahead and end it there. And we now have the Flechette round, which has a large area of effect and lethal only on infantry. And then we have the Propaganda Leaflets. Suppress enemy troops under the glory of Castile. Chance to induce desertion. Funny. The Phantom Battery. Iron Nest has drawn counter-battery fire before, but never like this. Something out there is matching Iron Nest shot for shot. So we're fighting another Iron Nest. Interesting. You know, one thing though about this game, I definitely talk a whole lot more in this game than I do in other games. Probably just the shouting of all the various numbers. Being shot at again. Emergency move. Start the engine report immediately. Alright, well, we need to get this up to start. Start. Run. Run. I feel like the engine actually started. Trying to move. Okay, well, never mind, we're dead. Why is this not starting? Am I doing this right? Of course, who can see? Okay, the motors are running. Okay, isn't there a move function? I don't even know where I'm at, much less can move. Okay, reposition, reposition, reposition. Reposition. Nope, failed. Alright. Well, that was bad. Took me so long to get the engine running. Hello, Jelly! Alright, let's try that again. But this time with, you know... That's So let's get you on start. Get you on start. Okay, get you on run. Get you on run. Okay. Engines are running. Alright, and then the move order. Move, 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 move forward. That's not it. Those are all shells. There it is. In that direction and that distance. Okay. High Command approved Iron Nest from repositioning. First, who can tell? Somewhere within S5. You wanna let me frickin' look? Oh my god, you're frickin'... Okay, R4. Okay. Apparently... Let's try going this angle. And further. Can't even... Why is it not letting me grab this? Okay, let's go that direction. So we were in T4. Oh. Okay. Let's go that direction then. Everything's on fire! Did we fail again? I don't even know what the heck I'm supposed to be doing here. Other than just running. Like, where the heck even am I located at? Oh, right, we gotta get the engine started again. That's what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't supposed to be manually moving. I was supposed to be doing the emergency move. That was the problem. Okay, seriously, they need to cut down on the frickin' screen shake. Holy crap. It's gonna give me a headache just watching it. Where the heck is a screen shake? There we go. Okay, seriously. Okay, unidentified battery remains active and will open fire once again it has reacquired you. Locate the enemy spotters when the unidentified battery re-engages you. This will provide intel. Each of the enemy spotters destroyed adds 90 seconds Okay, listening post. Alright, so you. However, we have no idea where the heck we're at. Somewhere in T5. So we're somewhere in here. Well, let's just grab you. Alright, so listening posts. Q1. Q152. Okay, so that's you. Listening post S1. S103. And listening post T4, which is just south of us, and that's you, 6-3. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to move this time instead of doing just an emergency move. We're going to move ourselves here. So we want to move at least 2 kilometers and 298. What? 0.4. And go out to 219. Okay, so we were at T5. We went exactly 2.19 kilometers. So we were at T516 or T567. Alright, so bugger off with that. T567. Why is everything shaking still? T567. Move. 67. And we went 298 at 298.4. 298.4. And we went 219 kilometers. So we are now there. Alright. So that gives us an idea as to where our location is. Iron Nest, okay, so blah blah blah. Friendly armor destroyed. Iron Nest reposition. Again, the ceasefire, we're not the ones shooting, so I don't know why they keep saying that. We'll open fire once again, once it has reacquired you. The question is, how is it going to reacquire me? Okay, let's just go ahead and start closing all these valves. Okay, so I guess what we can do is a plane reconnaissance, and we'll do that from 06 at 270. 06, 270, plane reconnaissance. Oh, 06. Just one shy of 07. Okay, well we found something, and I think that's an artillery battery. Is that our target? Is that the enemy artillery? No, but it is an artillery battery. So, we're going to shoot it, and it needs an AP shell. That's our enemy artillery. That would be awesome. Alright, so first things 12.06. 12.06. 3 shells. This is going to be AP. 266.4. Alright, let's load up an AP shell. Target AP bearing 266.4, 48 degrees. 48 degrees and 24. 48.24. Elevation confirmed. Gun armed. 5. Find out what happens when we shoot that as to whether or not that was our actual target. We also should be ready to do an emergency move. Assuming that that's not the only artillery out there. Enemy spotters found you. Direct hit confirmed. Wait, it's moving. Hold for reassessment. Designated enemy iron nest. A dispersed battery does not relocate. Railgun. Okay, are they going to start shooting back at us? Okay, so a dispersed battery does. Okay, so. Railgun does not withstand an 800 millimeter shell. This one did both. Reclassifying enemy. Single unit, multiple guns, mobile, heavy armored. Designated enemy iron nest. Glory to Castile. High cannon iron nest. Second salvo craft reference. Let's see. Enemy. Possibly a dispersed battery or mobile heavy rail artillery. Continue destroying their enemy spotters. Clear picture will follow. Well, that's the thing. He moved. Okay, but that will allow us, we can shoot him again. We've got him locked. And apparently every time he moves, he cannot particularly shoot back. So let's load up another AP and fire again. Okay, so 11, 9, and 265.8. 265.8. 3 bags. And we just need to slightly adjust our angle. So you, bearing of 265.8 confirmed. Elevation is working on it. Go down ever so slightly. Gun. And apparently we're using 800mm shells. Okay, elevation 47.6, gun armed. Second shot. I'm also wondering if I shouldn't start using the AP HE. Okay, time to emergency move. So he had moved much further. Iron Nest repositioned from R6 to unknown location. Smoke deployed, yada yada yada. We're somewhere now in P5, huh? We ran quite a ways, huh? Okay, so he can move quite a bit. So, first off, we need to figure out our own location. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to move you and move our location. We're going to go exactly 90 degrees, 1 meter. Or 1 kilometer, not 1 meter. Okay, command. Okay, so we were at P580. We should now be in Q580. P580. Assuming this is exactly 1 kilometer. Yep. At 90 degrees. Alright. So, the next thing we need to do... Now, these gave us listening... Phantom battery is at 293, reporting a distance of 12.54 from listening post 2. Question is, will they reposition before that, or have they already repositioned? Let's get their general location, and then I think what we can do... here, let's grab... So, listening outpost number 1. It's giving us... You are still at 5.2, right? Q152? Yeah, you haven't changed. Alright, bearing of 293. Okay, and then a distance of 12. 45. So it's still saying he's right there. We're going to try and do... Not you. You. You are currently at G5. Here, let's get rid of that. So let's go ahead and just do it in G5 and see what they hear. See if he's still there. G599 236. Okay, so he is still located right there. Alright, so let's we can assume that that is now his current location. And this time we're going to load up APHE. So that even if he should move, he should still hopefully take some damage if I can find the APHE. There you are. Okay, so distance is now 10.52. APHE 272.6. 3 bags. And that we can readjust real easy. And we need to be prepared to automatically move. .6 and then 42 degrees. And then let's go ahead and slap in the emergency move. Be prepared to use that. Okay, and fire mission confirmed. Shield type confirmed. Bearing 272.6. Elevation confirmed. No. We need 42.08. 42.08. Elevation confirmed. Gun armed. We might just go ahead and move as soon as we fire anyway. Go ahead and perform an emergency move. Took another HE shell, but still not destroyed. Iron Nest hit, still mobile. Repositioning. Okay, well, that's easy enough to do. Okay, so it has repositioned, so we'll need to do another check of where it went, essentially. Alright, and we are at, where now? Well, we don't really need to know where we're at until we go ahead and move. We're at N3, it did say. Let's make sure we're not about to go off the map. Okay, so we're way down here, holy crap. Alright, so we will, again, we're going to go ahead and go 90 degrees, 1 kilometer. Okay, reposition. Alright, so we are moving from N3 7.2, so we will end up in O3 7.2. N3 7.2. N3 7.2 to O3 7.2. Alright, so that's our new location. Okay, don't suppose you have any updates on the enemy nest location? Answer is no, you do not. So, let's go ahead and get rid of that. We did manage to hit him, which I appreciate. Let's go ahead and do H4 listening. And if we get something within the... So H4, word observer. This is a tricky one. Especially since they can also take multiple hits. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Okay. Alright, so the Phantom battery is within 1.3 kilometers of H304. Alright, give me... So... Let's go ahead and mark this. H3... Or H406. H406. And you are within, let's get in the center there, 1.13 kilometers. 1.13. Interesting. Are they actually still there? Oh, it was this missed, and that it was showing me that it was in 0.56 of that. Okay. Is he in the same location? Let's what's his location? G5. Let's do H5. H5. Interesting. Alright, so from H506, he's 1.82. Has he moved? He must have moved, if he's that far away. Or he moved down to one of these two locations. Okay, we need a bearing, so we're gonna do I4. Hopefully they'll give me a bearing. On the other hand, if they give me a range, I can still do it with that. There we go. 0.54 from, let's write that down. 0.54 from I492. I492. So he's right here. Oh wait, no, 0.54. So he's right here? So what did the I4 tell me he was... Or is he still moving? Let's do another one on the same thing. Okay, 127.3. Okay, so let's get I4 3.7, 127. Okay, he must be right there. Okay, so he must be right here. Alright, so we will... We're going to be loading up another APHE shell. And we will... And I'm guessing this one just... That must have been him still moving. Alright, we need another APHE. It's moving towards us. Gosh dang it. Alright, so give me 6.36 kilometers. 2 required. And 282. Other way around. 282.3. Okay, let's go ahead and load the APHE. Oh, we need to be ready to emergency move again. But this one I might wait until we have actually confirmed strike. Alright, and then 2... Eight 2.3. Alright, 38. Shouldn't grab the handle. 38.16. Alright, so fire mission confirmed. Shell type APHE. Bearing 282.3. Elevation 3816. Gun armed. Fire. Okay, an impact in 15 seconds. Impact in 10 seconds. Damn it. He was on the other side of the circle. Should have gotten more data. Okay, so we ran off to Q5, so we'll go ahead and move again. And, that's annoying. I accidentally blew up my own, guy. Although that's... He wasn't even anywhere here on the map. Enemy, I read that completely wrong. I'm an idiot. Ah. Alright, the first one Oh, they did give us this. 283 11 18. But the first audio report was the Phantom. Oh. So it's possible he's still in that one spot. Okay, well, we'll mark these. Here, let's get you and you. I did that wrong. We'll have to figure out our own location later. Oh man, that was the spotters. I'm an idiot. Okay, so... Alright, listening outpost number 1. Bearing 283. Is that right through there? No, it is not. He's actually moved, finally. Let's go ahead and do this. 283. Alright, and then distance of this from listening outpost number 2, the distance of 11 and 16. You know what I might do? I might just do a flyover. We do an M2 flyover. M2 at 270. Actually, that might also tell us our location. Where's our, where did it say we went? We're in Q5 now. Q5. Oh, so we're back up here, huh? So if we want to do a semi, make life easy for us and figure out where we're at the same time as figuring him out. 257.8 coming from Q5. 257.8 from Q5. So Q5 2.758 2758. $27.58. Yes. No. 2578. 2578. Completely different. Oh, interesting. It doesn't show our location. Okay, but it did show his location. That's all I need. So we now need to figure out our locations. So we are at Q5. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to move. And we're going to move 270. For 1 kilometer. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of you. Alright. All we need is this. And we are now moving from Q596 to P596. And also get rid of you. So P596 from Q596. Alright, and then let's go ahead and target him again. Hopefully it'll only take 2 shots this time. need an APHE shell again. Shells, 256, 0.5, 256, 0.5, 2565. All right. With an elevation of 54. Okay, 54.72. Alright. Shell type. Bearing confirmed 2565. Elevation 5472. Gun armed. Before we fire, let's get emergency move back on here. Meter shell, do us proud. Target hit. Are we destroyed him yet? Iron Nest's hit, still mobile, repositioning, severely crippled. One more hit should finish it. All right. So, first off, we have to figure out where the hell we are at. We're in R2 somewhere. P elemental PQR2. We're in R2. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move ourselves. We're gonna go. We're gonna go up 1 kilometer. Go ahead and get another APHE shell in. Waiting. Alright, and then we're gonna have to do some location. Alright, so we were at R219. We're now in R319. So R319. Alright, so that's our current location. So let's go ahead and put our, get out of my way, H3. Let's go ahead and do a listen over at H3. So, forward observer H3. Hopefully it will actually detect the Phantom Brigade. Nope, that's the enemy spotter at H3. Which I'm pretty sure we know where that is anyway. Alright, so... Squishy, squishy cat. Yes, very cute cat. Wherever he went. Ah, there he is. Cutie kitty. Alright, okay, let's try G3. G3 is in which direction, though? No. I should be actually... Yes, G3. Alright, so let's try G3. See what that gets us. Enemy spotter. No. Let's try H2. There we go. Enemy Phantom. 2 kilometers from H2. Let's go ahead and H239. H239. 2.3 kilometers. H239. 2.23. 2.236, huh? 2.23. 2.23. Just... Okay. So he either went further north. This... I don't think he would have gone off the map if he'd gone that way. So let's go ahead and do an H3. That's not H3. F3. F3. Let's do an F2, not A. Nope, that's an enemy spotter. Alright. Go back to H. And let's go north by 2 degrees. 4. Nope, that's enemy spotter as well. Alright, back to H2. And go to that direction. There we go. Found you. Alright, so Phantom battery J261. He's actually basically right there. So J2 J261, J261. We are in J2, right? Okay, yep. And it is 0.38. So it's either here or here. We're going to do we'll do another J2. Maybe they'll give us a bearing instead. 1.01 from 3. What? Oh my gosh. Nope, that's enemy spotter again. Give me Phantom. There you go. Bearing another range. Another range, huh? All right, so from 0.08 and it's 0.96. I'm gonna guess down here. Yep. Okay, so he's down here essentially. All right. Let's grab a... Okay, and then we need, let's see, first off, let's go ahead and ram the shell home. 806. 2 and 255.5. Okay, and give me that. And we're pretty much almost there. 255. So let's go ahead and fire mission confirmed. APHE, bearing of 2555. And elevation. It's going to be 48. Green cat? Oh! You're squishing me. I'm not so squishy. Alright, so 40... 48.36. 48.36. So elevation is now confirmed. Gun is armed. Prepare for emergency move. Too bad regular moving doesn't change the gun armed. Fire. And we'll wait on the emergency move. If this hits, then we will have successfully defeated the Phantom Iron Nest. Target destroyed. Enemy Iron Nest out of action. Recovery detachment has already been dispatched. Threat neutralized. You may stand down. Technically, we were supposed to be blinding him by shooting all of his spotters. But we found him first before we found any of his spotters. So let's go ahead and end it there. Time to take a nap. False Fortress falls. The Royal Empire of Castile is no longer the only nation to field an Iron Nest. Ambushed without warning, the Iron Nest shrugged off multiple direct hits without shifting position, held its aim, and ended the engagement with a single shot. I somehow doubt that. Took us like 4? We definitely repositioned. The Ministry extends its congratulations to whichever nation built it, and its condolences for having built it so poorly. The enemy and the future of warfare officially confirm. Officials confirm has arrived, inspected it, and found it entirely made of Castilian armor. The age of the Iron Nest has begun, and the general notes with some smugness that Castile got there first, best, and already has more in production. Cowards still funded somehow. Someone is still writing checks. The Ministry declines to speculate on who, on the grounds that speculation is beneath a nation as certain as of itself as Castile. What can be said about total confidence is this: whoever is, they have appalling taste in investments. A message from the General to all nations: accept no imitations. To the nations of the world currently attempting rather clumsily to build an iron nest of your own, why bother? Castile's engineers have already solved every problem your engineers are only now discovering. The original remains faster, sturdier, and considerably harder to ambush successfully, as one imitator recently and permanently learned. Additional units are already in production, available to any crowned head in exchange for defensive alliance and some gold bullion. Accept no imitations, accept no substitutes, accept the key to victory that Castile is offering you. Hunt the Phantom Battery, and we got the Thermal Incendiary. Ignites a fire on impact, large radius, high chance to spread. And we didn't, let's see, eliminate all enemy counter batteries with time to spare. Technically, if we kept moving, we probably would have done that. Eliminate all enemies. We didn't destroy any of their spotters. Destroy a significant number of targets without requisitioning any aerial reconnaissance, and we definitely didn't do that either. But we maintained exceptional average of accuracy across all fire missions. Yeah, our accuracy on the last one definitely wasn't good. But across all fire missions, so I'm assuming that basically that was the nope, there's more. The Final Harvest. Okay, well, we're going to do that one tomorrow. because my voice is definitely not surviving here. You can even see their little missions. Good lord, look at all the targets. So anyway, like I said, this is obviously the last mission, so we'll do that tomorrow, and then we'll have to see what the heck we're gonna play after that. Alright, you all have a good day, good evening, good night. I will see you all tomorrow, and thank you all for coming. And I will squish you all, and thank you.